teen-run variety show organized by and for Brookline teens. I'm your host, Sam, and today we have a great lineup of performers for you. Before we get started today, we have a very special treat. Crasher magazine has given us an exclusive sneak peek into their upcoming summer skate video. Skater Kid is certain to be an instant classic. Now on to our first performer. First up, we have an intergenerational digital storytelling video presented by Hannah Lee.
My name is Murray Keark. Actually, it's Dr. Murray Keark. I have a doctorate in public administration and urban planning. I am 92 years old and presently, and I'm living in a senior citizen residence in Brookline. I was an early progressive. That's, to the left wing. And I love Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie and all the folk songs. And when I got married, my kids, we were playing those records all the time. So there was a time I was on a chorus. My sister had a group and I was in the chorus too. So, music was in the background, something. It's not something that I never learned to play an instrument. And, but that was my beginning with music. When I went to graduate school, everybody wanted to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, working with the mind, and that was not what I was interested in. So I wrote a song, and I wrote 2 or 3 other songs where I composed the music and the lyrics. But then what happened is, I used to play bridge in a building in New York City. A lot of musicians here. And there was one of the signs on the door was guitar. So I knocked on the door. Guy pokes his head out. I said, "Can you sing?" He says, "Yes." "Okay, well, suppose I give you some lyrics. Could you add the music and sing and record it?" He says, "Yes." He says, "Well, what will you charge me?" He says, "Well, I charge $75 an hour for music lessons. So I charge you $75. So I said, "Good, great." That's 8 years ago. We've become the best of friends, and we've done about 100 songs together. Most of the music, the lyrics that I write, are related to what's going on in the world, like climate change. So I wrote a climate change song, and the guy that I work with, a friend of mine, John, turned it into a video. So I have about 3 or 4 videos. Pandemic, women's rights, all issues. Those are most of the songs that I write. I have written songs about my wife, and some love songs. Congresswoman, there'll be no peace to them. It's a wonder that I've lived this long and seen so many places on the earth. The thing is, I start writing, I'm always thinking it's a poem, it's a song, but really it could be just poems. What I'll do is I'll write I have an idea, and I'll write a one stanza, and I'll put how many beats to each line. So when I go to the next line, I'll keep it the same beats. And I usually have 4 stanzas and a chorus. And sometimes I'll add more, maybe a little less. I just wrote a musical where a planet from outer space sends a rocket ship into outer space, and they land in the United States. And 4 people get off, and they gather information and songs and things that are going on in the United States. And they go back to their planet, and they present what they learned to the elders in the planet. The elders, we thought that we would learn something, make our life better. You know, our life is better than they are in the United States. So what they do then is they write some songs, and they send a group back to the United States to teach America how to be better. I've been active all my life. I've been on picket lines, and I've done a lot of, number of things. Well, the cops went on strike in New York City. And that was one of the songs I wrote, the whole song. Who's going to watch the picket line when the cops go out on strike? Too many people just sitting on the sidelines. They don't like what's going on, but that's all they do. And somehow or other, I'm always talking about doing something. And most of the time when I was younger, and even as an older man, I more recently made my own picket signs, and I went on, I was 89 years old when I was walking on the march holding my sign that I made myself. Life has been full of many, many things for me, and music is only one part of it. So I may be 92, but I'm not done.
The buds on the trees are about to burst, waiting for rain to quench their thirst. It's not that spring is near, it's already here.
So today I'm here with creator Hannah Lee, here to tell us more about this project. So what inspired you to take on this project?
I wouldn't really say that there was anything that inspired me, but it was more so that I had done a project similar to this previously with another senior named Mirna. And what was interesting about her interview is that she had already had what she wanted to talk about planned out. And so she gave me a sheet, and then I came up with questions and interviewed her. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. I wanted to hear about the experience of another senior, especially because I can't really say I'm someone who's experienced a lot in life. So yeah, I thought that it would be interesting to continue with another video project.
Mm-hmm. So in the video, there's these original illustrations. Where did you source them? How did you get those?
Well, the source is me. I'm an artist, and in my free time, I enjoy drawing on the computer. And so for those specific scenes in the video where I put in illustrations, I thought that just stock footage wouldn't really work, so I created my own illustrations on a digital program called Clip Studio Paint. And so, yeah, I put them in, and I used a color palette for them to sort of, keep this theme.
Mm-hmm. So did you hear any of Dr. Kiak's music while making this video?
Yeah. When I was interviewing him, he told me that he had a SoundCloud, and so I went on there and listened to some of his songs.
Mm-hmm. What was that music like?
I would say it was pretty chill music. As mentioned in the video, he had several, one about Earth Day, and he had made some about his wife, and then he made a birthday song, stuff like that. Really, it was all pretty chill music.
Mm-hmm. And then, so what did you learn throughout the course of this project, interviewing Dr. Kiak?
Well, for me, it was just learning how to put together my illustrations in sort of a more story-like manner. It wasn't quite animating, but I had to think about the order in which I wanted the frames to show up. And yeah.
Nice. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Next up, we have Saint B, a Boston-based band that met in New England Conservatory playing 2 original songs.
Here we go. That strange old situation. Ooh, that strange old situation. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Like that all over the world. So what's this for? Your life is worth the more. When you broke our streak, my heartstrings dangle and twirl. It shook my core, but it told me much more. That you played your part. The strange situation we had. That strange situation. That strange situation. The world. Is that what for? The choice was forced to go, but it's now complete. You had enough of me, girl. Your feet got cold. Oh, it makes me feel old. So you broke my heart. That strange situation we had. That strange situation. That strange situation.
life took ages to start. Who knew goodbyes were such a perilous art? I wasn't planning on falling this hard. Forever and a day to realize that was the best part. I guess my mind had me fooled. No white lines to cross, no meaningless rules. The power half an hour has to make things clear. So much can happen in a year. And we can lose anyone down a long enough road. We can burn our bridges just to forget that it's cold. We can cut loose when we're at the end of our ropes, and just give town when folks start getting too close. Don't know how well I know my mind. Should be well enough just to pass the time. Don't know how many more songs I can write. It's a poor replacement, honey, believe me, I've tried. Takes a good bit more than just hitting the brakes. I could promise on my life and I could swear on all of my mistakes, but that would just be promises for promises' sake. Matters more the things we do than what we choose to say. And we can lose anyone down a long enough road. We can burn our bridges just to forget that it's cold. We can cut loose when we're at the end of our ropes, and just skip town when folks start getting too close. We can camp out when there's 2 feet of snow, just to tell old stories that we already know. New city every week, just to keep us on our toes, and just skip town when folks start getting too close. And just skip town.
Wow, that was amazing. Next up, we have Matahari doing an original song.
Abstract, 'cause I know, 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 '
Wow, that was great. Our next performer is Raphaela, performing 2 original poems.
This poem is called Remembering We Are Animals. There's a pack of wild dogs that lopes into the empty lot a few yards from our house, only when the air is swollen and blood boiled and smells of red jam and cement. I squeeze my eyes against the sting of dog musk and gravel, but mostly against the tears. You laugh at my fear, say the dogs, they taste just like your granddad's sticky gum black dentures, like overripe mangoes so sweet they've started to rot, mold coating the cavern of your stomach where they sit. They're ugly, I say when you ask me why I cry, but no, there's a pack of wild dogs, and they taste to me like my apple core mom, peeling in halves, my dad, and a packet of pills, and the staunchy rhythm of violence, like the wet stench of love and blindness. When you're not home, I try to bury them, dig holes that they slide into uncomplainingly, knowing I'll wake up tomorrow with dirt under my fingernails and the hot awareness of an animal outside my door. I know you know. The August night is your face, is a bowl of overturned blood. Go on, buy your laxatives, and carve a hole from your stomach and keep it concave with a toothbrush and chiseled knuckles, but it's sneaked up your throat, and you cover your mouth when you laugh, so we don't see the sticky holes. Rot girl, rot twos, still rot child. They're hungry, the dogs. All good hunting beasts are fine-tuned predators. I think of how easily my skin will tear. You leave magazines on the kitchen table, advertisements for implant surgeries and dentures. There's a pack of wild dogs, and maybe they're not so scary after all. They're only animals. You have to admire them, following their nature. There is no shame in being the children of wolves. What kind of person blames something for what it's meant to be? You eye the tooth marks on my palms when I come inside from feeding them. They gobble meat chunks whole. Don't you think they've been almost tender with me? You leave, on account of the stench I've dragged into the house, the one now roiling in your guts, held like a severed tongue in your unholy mouth. Who said it tasted like mango? I demand. Not me. I never lied. I never lied about what I meant to be. I'm not a liar. I didn't lie. You leave anyways. And instead of calling, I swing the front door open on swollen days and wait for you to come eloping home in the shape of something I can always trust, the violence of persuasion. The second poem is called Dead Friends Are the Most Loyal. It's your birthday today. I text using 3 emojis and 2 smiley faces and click the pink heart over your replied thank you with 4 exclamation marks and a yellow sparkle. It is our only interaction that does not start with "do you remember" and end with "I miss you." Your birthday carves April into a pit. I sit in the month, legs crossed over magnolia petals, and grieve. Are you still going to be a photographer? Are you going to open up a bakery? Can I watch? I promise I will be a quiet ghost. I won't knock over any mugs, or write on silver windows, or arrange cherry blossoms on your front porch. But I miss having a nose and eyes on my face. I miss tripping down your stairs and your honeysuckle legs, freckled and bug-bit, and I miss the world as a scab on my knee, the blooming nectar of a bruise. Is your favorite color still blue? But surely you can see the sap brimming from the corners of my mouth, my green teeth sliding gooey and deciduous, not blue, the blood gathering in the holes of my hips, not blue. I cannot sterilize myself fast enough because you want to talk about skiing and finals week, and I don't know how to start a conversation without a confession. And yet this is a sin I cannot utter. I should have left a note. I slunk out of your sight like a cat looking to die alone, not expecting to stand in front of you now, laughing at cartoon memories, complimenting your jacket. Please do not look at my pockets. They are heavy with dirt from my last grave. Thank you for not telling me that I hold on too tightly to things that have already let go of me. I cry when I forget my coat outside, and I have a pile of crayons from Uno that I took home because I thought they'd get sad alone. And the train rolling into the station looks so powerful and lonely that I want to wrap my arms around it, and I, too, am waiting to be taken home. Standing in the airport lobby of a country I've forgotten the language of, unable to open Google Translate, so I speak in poetry. Pray you hear me, I say. You are the world I want to be remembered by, the tallest blue building in the city of my heart. I hope I am the childhood dog buried in your backyard. When you move out of your big white house, please dig me up and carry me with you.
That was amazing. Our next performer is Mexico City Beltway, playing an original song. We have a short interview with Nate Fuso afterwards.
I woke up in your bedroom. I wish I'd stayed asleep. There was a show with a sock film, or a bathhouse for the meek. I was laid out on the table. It was almost like a bris, like my body mapped your spirit. You had scoured for its gifts. I couldn't give it forth. Would you keep this quiet? This dirty escapade. Had I known what I was doing, had this morbid thirst decayed, I'd have kept my question distant. I'd be rid of all this shame, while the parents scam around me. Fuck my mouth, 'cause it's okay. There's so much pressure. Of pride. There is so much pressure. So I sucked my best friend's dick and everything was fine.
So now I'm here with Nate Fuso. So what was the inspiration behind that track?
Well, I was feeling down. I was feeling repressed. I'm a pretty repressed person, and music has always been like the way that I'm able to free myself from that. Mm-hmm. So with that song, it was just like the idea was just to explicitly like force myself to confront it. Like lyrically, I guess it speaks for itself, and just musically, it's kind of like exhaustive and it's kind of like a release.
Yeah. So how did you come to that sort of style of music?
I love rock and roll. I love raw sound. I don't know. I guess it's just kind of what naturally feels like most expressive of how I feel. And you know, this band has had a lot of iterations. Like we've gone through a lot of different styles and genres and whatever. And I guess that this is the one that I'm most comfortable settling on, mm-hmm. Especially because I don't know what the future is going to be like for us. Me and Loon are both graduating, and you know, so this could be whatever. So yeah, I think that this is something that we can feel most comfortable like expressing with.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned there's been a lot of different versions of this band. How long has Mexico City Beltway been together?
Well, as Mexico City Beltway, it's been a few months. Before that, it was Mama Roma for a couple, I guess like a year. Before that, it was Change of Plans for 3 years. And earliest stage, when we formed, it was Paint. But we've had like a lot of different like lineups and stuff. And it's, you know, it's had kind of a different sound as it's changed. So I guess like Mexico City Beltway, I still don't know whether to call it like its own project or whether to call it like a continuation of what we've been doing. But yeah, I guess that's it. So since we formed, I guess since in like 7th grade.
Oh wow.
When I was like 13.
Mm-hmm. So what inspires you to make music in general?
I like the sounds. I like the sounds that it makes. I really just like I love the visceral feeling of just like release through sound, and I can't really express it in words. I guess that's the point, is that it can only be expressed musically. That it's like I don't know. I don't know what inspires me to make music, but I guess that's the best explanation I can give, the viscera.
Yeah. So do you have any upcoming projects we should look out for?
Yeah, this band is, you know, we got an album in the works, mostly written at this point. And yeah, that's probably gonna happen at some point, hopefully end of this summer. Yeah.
Great. All right. So now we have a solo performance from Nate Fuso.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna play a song from an old record. Must be the weather, must be the day. This world works with drink. Use words like feel, get fixed, so heaven comes back your way. Strip down, find your art and see. At least that's what you want to think. At least that's what you want to think. How hard it seems to see yourself. The words you speak sound like someone else. There on distant shores, a place you fear, love, loathe, like heaven comes back your way. Kills itself with pageantry. Take just what you need, then play your soul like harmony. At least that's what you want to think. At least that's what you want to think.
That's about all the time we have for today. To bring us out today, a word from our director, Loon Akline.
Hi, thank you, Sam. I wanted to take a quick moment to reflect on the last season of Brainwave Live and thank the people who were imperative to the success of this show. I remember at the beginning of the season there was a lot of uncertainty about whether or not we would even be able to do an in-person show like we have now, considering the rapid spread of the Omicron variant of COVID. Since then, our incredible team has shown up in the face of the challenges that the world gives us to continue working on the show and boosting the voices of teen artists from the Boston area. I would like to, by name, thank our team, which includes Sam, our host, as well as show crew members Harrison, Wes, Ian, and Anne today. Thank you. Additionally, throughout the season, we've had the help from our former crew member Michael and visual artists Absinthe and Ty. And I'd like to highlight Anne again for being a wonderful executive producer. And finally, I'd like to thank all of the wonderful folks at Brookline Interactive Group for supporting the show and letting us use their studio space, and the Brookline Community Foundation, who graciously provides the funding that we need to keep the show afloat. This season has truly been an incredible experience, and I'm so lucky to be able to work with this majority teen staff every week. We're all looking forward to the next season and continuing to grow in the work that we do to highlight teen artists for you all to watch. With that, I think all that I have left to say is roll credits.